Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular listener, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey there. Great to see you all again. I was just thinking on my way here today, I ran into my neighbor outside and we ended up chatting for about 10 minutes. And I thought, wow, small talk is such a big part of everyday life.
It really is. And you know what's funny? I used to be terrible at small talk, even in my own language. I'd just stand there going, so, yeah, nice weather. And then I'd walk away feeling so awkward.
Ha, I think we've all been there. But here's the good news. Small talk is actually a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it and get better at it. That's exactly what we're going to help you do today.
That's right. Today we're going to teach you how to make small talk in English. By the end of this episode, you'll know what small talk is, why it matters, how to start a conversation, how to keep it going, and how to end it politely. You're going to feel so much more confident.
And we have a question for you right now before we even start teaching. Think about this. Is small talk easy or difficult for you in English? Write your answer in the comments right now. Tell us, easy, difficult, or somewhere in the middle.
We love reading your comments, so please share. And if you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast app, make sure to like this episode and subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss a new episode. We post new content every week to help your English grow.
All right, let's jump in. We've got a lot of great stuff for you today, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is small talk and why do people do it?
Okay, so first things first. What is small talk? Small talk is light, friendly conversation about everyday topics. It's not deep or serious. It's the kind of talking you do when you see someone you don't know very well, like a coworker, a neighbor, someone at a bus stop, or someone in an elevator.
Exactly. Think of small talk like a social handshake. It's a way of being friendly and polite without going into personal or complicated topics. The structure of small talk is actually pretty simple. It goes like this. Opening line plus question plus response plus follow-up. That's it.
Let me give you some examples of great opening lines. One of the most common ones in English is about the weather. I know, weather sounds boring, but it's actually perfect for small talk because everyone experiences it. You can say, nice weather today, isn't it? Or, can you believe how hot it's been lately?
Another great way to start small talk is with a comment about your surroundings. If you're in a coffee shop, you might say, wow, it's really busy in here today. Or if you're waiting in a long line somewhere, you could say, this line is moving so slowly. People naturally want to respond to those.
You can also start with a compliment, and this one works really well. Something like, I love your bag. Where did you get it? Or, that's a great jacket. A compliment makes people feel good and it naturally opens the door for a conversation.
Now, here's the formula to remember. Opening comment plus question. So you don't just make a comment and stop. You add a question to invite the other person into the conversation. Nice day, isn't it? That's a comment and a question. Busy in here today. Do you come here often? Comment and question.
Let's practice right now. I want you to say these opening lines out loud. Ready? Say, lovely day, isn't it? Go ahead, say it. Now try. Can you believe how busy it is today? And one more. That looks delicious. What are you having?
Great job. Now let's talk about topics. What are good topics for small talk? The most common ones are the weather, the weekend, sports, movies or TV shows, food, local events, and work, but only in a light way. You don't want to go too deep with work topics right away.
And what should you avoid in small talk? Great question. You generally want to avoid topics like politics, religion, money, and personal problems, at least at the start. Those are topics for close friends, not casual conversation. Keep it light and positive.
So to summarize this first section, small talk is light, friendly conversation. Start with an opening comment plus a question. Use topics like weather, the weekend, food, or compliments. Keep it positive. And always invite the other person to respond with a question.
Okay, so now you know how to start small talk. But here's where a lot of English learners get stuck. How do you keep the conversation going? Because starting is one thing, but then there's that silence and you think, now what do I say?
Oh, I know that panic so well. The good news is there are really clear techniques for keeping a conversation flowing, and the number one technique is something called ask and add. You answer the question and you add something, then you ask a question back.
Let me show you what I mean. Imagine someone says to you, did you have a good weekend? A one-word answer would be, yes. That's it. Conversation over. But if you use ask and add, you say, yes, I did. I went to the farmer's market on Saturday when it was so nice. Did you do anything fun?
See how that works? You answered, you added a detail, and you threw the ball back to them. That's what keeps a conversation going. The detail is really important. It gives the other person something to respond to.
Let's do another example together. Imagine I ask you, have you seen any good movies lately? How would you respond?
I'd say something like, actually, yes, I watched a really funny comedy last night. I can't even remember the title right now, but it was great. Are you into movies?
Perfect. You answered, you gave a detail, and you asked me a question back. That's the ask and add method. Try it right now. Leave a comment with your answer to this question. What did you do last weekend? Use the ask and add method.
Now let me share some really useful phrases for keeping the conversation going. First, you can show interest with phrases like, oh, really? That's interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. I can imagine. These little phrases show the other person you're listening and you care about what they're saying.
Second, you can ask follow-up questions. If someone says, I went hiking this weekend, you can ask, oh, where did you go? Or do you hike a lot? Or is it nice up there? Follow-up questions show you're curious about them.
Third, you can find common ground. If someone mentions something you also like or have experienced, say so. Oh, I love hiking too. Or I've been there. It's beautiful. Finding something in common makes the conversation feel warm and connected.
Here's a tip for formal versus informal situations. In a formal setting, like talking to your boss or someone you just met in a professional situation, keep your language a bit more polished. Say, that's very interesting, instead of, wow, no way. In an informal setting with friends or coworkers you know well, you can be more relaxed and casual.
Let's review what we learned in this section. To keep small talk going, use the ask and add method, show interest with phrases like, oh, really, and that's interesting. Ask follow-up questions and try to find common ground. These techniques will make your conversations feel natural and friendly.
All right, we've talked about starting small talk and keeping it going. Now let's talk about something that is so important, but people rarely teach. How do you end a conversation politely?
This is such a good point, because sometimes you're in a conversation and you need to go, but you don't know how to exit without being rude. And if you just walk away without saying anything, that feels really awkward and unfriendly.
Exactly. The good news is there are some really natural, polite ways to end small talk in English, and the key is to give a signal that you're wrapping up before you actually leave. You don't just suddenly say bye, you ease into the ending.
Right. The most natural way is to use a phrase that signals you're about to go, followed by something warm and positive. For example, well, it was really nice talking to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. That's a classic and it always works.
Here are some more ending phrases you can use. You can say, I should get going, but it was great chatting with you. Or, I'll let you get back to it. It was lovely talking. Or even something simple like, well, I don't want to keep you. Take care.
Notice something about all those phrases? They're all warm and friendly. You're not just escaping, you're leaving the other person feeling good. That's the goal of ending small talk well. You want both people to feel positive after the conversation.
You can also give a reason for leaving, which makes it feel even more natural. Something like, I need to catch my train, but it was so nice to meet you. Or, I should get back to work, but let's catch up again soon. The reason doesn't need to be dramatic, just a simple, honest one.
Now let's practice. I want you to say these ending phrases out loud right now. Ready? Try. It was so nice talking to you. Have a wonderful day. Now try. I should get going, but let's chat again soon. And one more. I'll let you get back to it. Take care.
How did that feel? I hope it felt natural. The more you practice these phrases, the more automatic they become. And when something is automatic, you don't have to think about it. It just comes out naturally when you need it.
Here's a tip about tone when you're ending a conversation. Even if you're in a rush, try to slow down just a tiny bit for the ending. If you say goodbye too quickly or too abruptly, it can feel like you're running away from the person. A warm tone and a smile, even on the phone, makes a huge difference.
All right, let's do a quick practice together. I'll start a mini conversation and we'll end it politely. Ready?
Go for it.
Hey, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been?
I've been really well, thanks. Super busy with work, but good. How about you?
Same here. So much going on. Oh, I actually need to run to a meeting, but I'm so glad I bumped into you. Let's get coffee soon.
Yes, absolutely. That would be great. Have a good one.
See how smooth that was? There was no awkwardness. The ending felt natural because we used the right phrases and kept the warm tone.
To review this section, signal that you're ending before you leave. Use warm, positive closing phrases, give a simple reason if it feels natural, and keep your tone friendly and genuine, not rushed or abrupt.
Okay, now let's talk about common mistakes. And I want to say right away, both of us have made all of these mistakes. Learning a language means making mistakes, and that is completely normal. Don't be embarrassed. Just learn from them.
That's right. Let's look at 4 common mistakes people make with small talk in English and how to fix them.
Mistake number 1, giving one-word answers. So someone asks you, "Did you have a good weekend?" And you say, "Yes." Full stop. That's it. The conversation just dies. The other person doesn't know what to say next, and it feels really awkward.
The fix is to use the ask and add method we talked about earlier. Never just say yes or no. Always add a detail and a question. Yes, I did. I spent time with my family. It was really relaxing. How about you? That one small change makes an enormous difference.
Mistake number 2, starting with topics that are too heavy. Some learners, because they want to have a real conversation, jump straight into serious topics. They might say, "So what do you think about the political situation?" Or, "I've been really stressed about money lately." Those are great topics, for close friends, not for small talk.
The fix is to start light. Weather, the weekend, food, local events, these are safe, comfortable topics. Once you build a bit of rapport, meaning a friendly connection, you can gradually go deeper, but give it time.
Mistake number 3, not asking questions. Some people talk a lot about themselves and forget to ask about the other person. Small talk is a two-way street. If you do all the talking and never ask questions, the other person feels like they're just listening to a presentation.
The fix is simple. After you share something, always ask a question. I had such a busy week. How about you? How was your week? Keep the ball moving back and forth. That's what makes it feel like a real conversation.
Mistake number 4, saying sorry too much. Some English learners say sorry all the time when they make a small mistake or pause while speaking. Sorry. It becomes distracting and actually makes you feel more nervous.
Instead, just pause, breathe, and continue. Native speakers pause too. It's completely natural. You don't need to apologize for thinking. Just say, let me think. Or, oh, what's the word? And move on. Nobody minds.
And remember, the goal of small talk is not to be perfect. The goal is to be friendly and make the other person feel comfortable. Even if your English isn't perfect, a warm smile and genuine interest in the other person goes a very long way.
So let's recap the mistakes to avoid. Don't give one-word answers. Don't start with heavy topics. Remember to ask questions. It's not just about you. And stop over-apologizing. You're doing great.
All right, it's practice time. I love this part. We're going to do a choose the correct sentence activity. I'm going to give you a situation, and you choose the better response. You can say your answers out loud or write them in the comments.
Let's go.
Situation 1. You're at work. Your colleague walks in on Monday morning. Which is better? Option A. Hey. Option B. Hey, how was your weekend? Do anything fun?
Option B is much better. Option A is a bit cold and closed. Option B shows interest and opens the door for conversation.
Situation 2. Someone compliments your shirt and says, I love your shirt. Where did you get it? Which response is better? Option A, a store. Option B, oh, thank you. I got it at a little shop downtown. They have really nice things. Do you like shopping?
Option B, of course. Option A gives no information and no follow-up question. Option B is warm, gives a detail, and keeps the conversation going.
Situation 3. You need to leave a conversation. Which is better? Option A, walking away without saying anything. Option B, it was so great chatting with you. I need to run, but let's catch up again soon.
Option B, always. Ending a conversation warmly is just as important as starting it well.
Situation 4. Someone asks, how are you? Which is better? Option A, fine. Option B, really good, thanks. I just got back from a short trip. It was so refreshing. How are you doing?
Option B gives you so much more to talk about. Fine is a dead end, but mentioning a trip gives the other person something to ask about.
Now here's your challenge. Create your own small talk opening line and write it in the comments. It can be about anything. The weather, food, the weekend, anything. We want to see your sentences.
And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be genuine. Real conversation is always more powerful than perfect grammar. Be friendly, be curious, be yourself. That's what makes small talk work.
Wow, we covered so much today. I'm really excited about everything we talked about because small talk is one of those skills that makes your whole English experience so much better. When you can talk to people easily, English stops feeling scary and starts feeling fun.
Let's go over the 3 big things you learned today. Number 1, how to start small talk with an opening comment plus a question, using light topics like weather, the weekend, or compliments. Number 2, how to keep the conversation going, using the ask and add method, showing interest, asking follow-up questions, and finding common ground. Number 3, how to end small talk politely, with warm, friendly closing phrases and a genuine tone.
You also learned the 4 common mistakes to avoid: one-word answers, heavy topics, forgetting to ask questions, and over-apologizing. Now you know what to watch for and how to fix it. You are already a better small talker than you were 30 minutes ago. I promise you that.
Here's a little question to reflect on. Is there one person in your life you could try small talk with this week? Maybe a neighbor, a coworker, or someone at a shop. Think about it, and then go do it. Real practice is worth 1,000 lessons.
Before we go, we'd love to hear from you. Write a comment with your small talk opening line. Tell us which section was most helpful, or just say hello. We genuinely love hearing from our listeners. And please like this episode and share it with a friend who's learning English. It really helps our channel grow.
And of course, subscribe to Simple English Talks if you haven't already. We are here every week with new lessons to help your English feel natural, confident, and real. You are not alone on this journey. We're right here with you, every step of the way. See you next time.